Assalamu alaikum guys, how are you doing? Hope so you are all doing well. I welcome you all on my YouTube channel Learn English with Shehzaib Yasin Linguist. If you are new on my YouTube channel, subscribe to my YouTube channel, like my videos and comment for your desired topics. Today we are going to discuss our lecture number 2 of parts of speech, which is pronoun and types. We have today different topics to discuss in today's lecture, which are what are pronouns, why are pronouns needed, what are personal pronouns, what are reflexive pronouns, what are emphatic pronouns, what are demonstrative pronouns, what are indefinite pronouns, what are distributive pronouns, what are reciprocal pronouns, what are relative pronouns, and what are interrogative pronouns. First of all, we are going to discuss what are pronouns. So, pronouns are those words which are used instead of the nouns. So, this is the definition of pronouns, that those words which are used instead of a noun. We can say that those words which are used or which can be used in the place of a noun and which can be replaced by nouns are called as pronouns. They can be used in place of the nouns. Yes, whenever we write an essay or whenever we write something, what we do, we replace the nouns with pronouns, and which are discussed forward in the video. They can be called as noun. Yes, obviously those things which can be used in place of noun, so they will be called as noun. So those words which are pronouns and they can be used in place of a noun, then they will be nouns. Then they can play several roles in the speech according to their types. Yes, there are many types of pronouns and they can play different roles according to their types, and we are going to discuss these types in today's lecture. Why are pronouns needed? Yes, this is the question, that why we use pronoun, why we don't use noun again and again. So pronouns are needed to, first one, number one, remove awkwardness. As you people see, you write different essays, you write different stories, and what happens in those stories or essays, whenever we use same name again and again, what happens, we feel awkward in writing and reading also. So pronouns are needed to remove awkwardness. They beautify the of speech writing or speech. For example, when we use name again and again, it will create awkwardness, it will create boring impact on the reader or listener. So they beautify the speech or writing in terms of replacing the nouns with pronouns to create a rhythm in text or speech. They also create rhythm in text or speech when we will use nouns again and again. The people who will be attending to us, or who will be listening to us, or who will be reading our written works, what will they do? They will get bored of it and they will get sick of it, and that's why pronouns are needed. And we have examples without pronouns. Ali is a boy, Ali is a good boy, Ali is a student, Ali studies in a school. So here Ali is used again and again in four sentences, as you can see. But without pronoun, with pronouns, if we talk about with pronouns, then Ali is a boy, he is a good boy, he is a student, he studies in a school. And you can see, when we replaced Ali with he, it creates a rhythm, a beauty, and there is no awkwardness while reading these sentences. Yes, this is the first type of pronouns, which are personal pronouns. Personal pronouns, as the name shows, that those pronouns which are used for persons. Those pronouns which are used for persons are called as personal pronouns, and they depict the persons in the speech or in the text or something else. For example, he, I, you, it, she, etc. There are three types of persons, which we will discuss in the next slide. And there are two types of personal pronouns. They can be subjective pronouns or objective pronouns. These are also called as cases of pronouns. Those pronouns which are used as subjects in the sentences, they will be called as subjective pronouns, and those ones which are used as objects, they will be called as objective pronouns. Now we have cases and persons. As I was talking about, that there are three persons and two cases of pronouns, and there are three persons. Like, first one is first person, second person, third person singular, and third person plural. And in subjective case, we have I as a first person and we as a first person. But in objective case, we have me and us. Then in second person, we have you as subjective case, and objective case also includes you. Then we have third person singular. In third person singular, subjective case has he, she, and it. And similarly, in objective case, we have him, her, it. Then we have third person plural, and it includes only one pronoun, which is they, in subjective case, and them in objective case. Here is the confusion between the matter, that there is possessive case. Possessive case doesn't exist in English language. It means that there are no possessive pronouns which exist in English language. I will also clear this point in the upcoming video of adjectives, and then we move forward. Now we have reflexive pronouns. Reflexive pronouns are words that refer back to the subject of the sentence. They indicate that the action of the verb is directed back at the object. In English, reflexive pronouns include, yes, reflexive pronouns are those which come back to the subject of the sentence. As the name reflexive shows that the action or something is reflected back to the subject. It creates a reflection towards the subject. And then we have some reflexive pronouns as myself, yourself, himself, herself, itself, ourselves, yourselves, and themselves. For example, she washed herself. Herself is reflecting the action towards she. They built the house themselves. So themselves is reflecting back to the they. In each of the sentence, the action of the verb is being performed by the subject upon itself. Then we have emphatic pronouns. Emphatic pronouns are also known as intensive pronouns. They create some emphasis on the subject or pronoun, or pronouns that emphasize a noun or pronoun in the sentence, unlike reflexive pronouns, which reflect the actions of the verb back onto the subject. Emphatic pronouns simply add emphasis to the subject or object. Yes, emphatic pronouns are those ones which create some emphasis on the subject, on the or on the objects. In English, emphatic pronouns are formed by adding self or selves to certain pronouns. Here are the emphatic pronouns: myself, yourself, himself, herself, itself, ourselves, yourselves, themselves. For example, I myself will take care of it. So, myself here is emphasizing I. You yourself must decide. Yourself is emphasizing you. Himself is responsible. He himself is responsible. Himself is emphasizing towards he. Then we have she. Herself made the cake. So herself is emphasizing towards she. We ourselves completed the project. Ourselves is emphasizing towards we. They themselves won the game. Themselves is emphasizing towards they. In each of the sentence, the emphatic pronouns emphasizes the subject of the sentence. Yes, now we have at number 6 demonstrative pronouns. Those pronouns which are used to demonstrate persons, place, or things. For example, this, that, these, those. Here are some examples, and this is my book. That is Ali. These are people. Those are Pakistanis. So these four demonstrative pronouns are used here to demonstrate towards book, Ali, people, Pakistanis. At 7 number, now we have indefinite pronouns. As the name shows that what does indefinite mean? Indefinite pronouns are pronouns that do not refer to any person, specific person, thing, or amount. It means that they always refer to specific persons? No, no specific persons. They always refer to ordinary persons, places, or things. Generally, in other words, they are used when the identity or quantity of what is being referred to is not known or not specified. So it means that whenever we have to talk about general terms, general persons, general things, or general amounts of ideas, what we do, we use indefinite pronouns. And here, specific persons, things, or amounts are not specified. For example, we have anyone, someone, everyone, nobody, somebody, anybody, somebody, each, either, neither, no one, anything. At number 8, we have distributive pronouns. The name itself is showing that what does distributive mean? Distributive pronouns are pronouns that refer to members of a group individually rather than collectively. It means that we are dividing persons, places, or things individually rather than collectively. They are used to talk about each individual member of a group separately. For example, if we talk about a group of games, each game has its own significance. So I'm talking about each, which is distributing every game present in the group of games. Now, in English, there are many distributive pronouns which are given as under: each, every, either, neither, everyone, none. So these are distributive pronouns. At number 9, we have reciprocal pronouns. Reciprocal pronouns are pronouns that indicate a mutual or reciprocal action or relationship between two or more individuals. These pronouns show how to people, to person, or to things, how they are related to each other. In English, the main reciprocal pronoun is each other or one another. Here's how they are used. Each other. Used when referring to two individuals or groups. Each other. Each other is used to refer to individuals or to groups. For example, John and Mary love each other. Here, each other is showing the connection between John and Mary. And here is second one another. Used when referring to more than two individual or groups. For example, the team members support one another. Yes, each other will be always used to refer to individuals or groups, but one another will always be used to refer more than two individuals or groups. Then at number 10 we have relative pronouns. Relative pronouns are pronouns that introduce relative clauses. They are used between relative clauses and they show relation between two clauses. These clauses provide additional information about a noun or pronoun in the main clause of a sentence. Yes, these pronouns are used to show additional information about noun or pronoun which are in the main clause, and they are always used with relative clauses. We can say dependent clauses. There are some examples of relative pronouns which are here. Who, used to refer to people. Who is used to refer to people. Example, the woman who lives next door is a doctor. Here you can see that who is referring back to the woman, which is giving additional information about where she lives. Then we have whom, also used to refer to people, particularly in formal context, and as the object of a verb or preposition. Example, the doctor whom we met yesterday is very knowledgeable. So it also refers to people with formal context. Here is the example. Here in example, we are talking about doctor whom we met yesterday is very knowledgeable, is very intelligent. And we have now which, used to refer to animals or things. For example, the book which is on the table is mine. I'm talking about a book which is on the table. So, which is giving additional information about the book. Then we have that. That is used to refer to people, animals, or things and is less formal than who or which. Example, the car that I bought last year is very reliable. So, here the formality of who and which is lessened when we use that. Then we have whose. Whose is used to show possession and can refer to people, animal, or things. The man whose car broke down called for help. So here, whose is referring to the man whose car was broke. Okay, so these are some relative pronouns. Now we have interrogative pronouns. Interrogative pronouns are pronouns used to ask questions. Yes, interrogative word also shows that what does interrogative means. It means that these pronouns are used to ask some questions. They are used to inquire about people or things. In English, there are 5 main interrogative pronouns which are given as below. Yes, these ones. Who, used to ask about people or person. Who is coming to the party? Who is coming to the party? So, who is talking about is inquired about who? A person. Then we have whom, Also used to ask about people or person, particularly as the object of a verb or preposition. To whom did you give the gift? Here is the context. To whom did you give the gift? Then we have what? Used to ask about things or actions. What is your favorite color? This is thing. What are you doing? This is action. What do you do? This is also an action. So it is used to ask about actions. Now we have which, also used to ask about things or choices. Which book do you want to read? Which color do you prefer the most? Which food would you like to have? It is used to ask about things or choices. Then we have whose. Whose is used to ask about possessions or ownership. Whose bag is this? Whose bag is this? Thank you so much for paying attention and listening to my this very article, this very lecture, and do subscribe to my YouTube channel. And if you guys have any question, you can ask on the comment box. See you in next video. Until then, take care. Allah Hafiz.